The search for missing sailors continues tonight following a Navy helicopter crash off of our coast. We have the very latest developments.
Helicopter that crashed. Why one expert is giving hope that those missing will be found alive.
And a warning from health officials ahead of the Labor Day weekend. The reason they're concerned about a possible spike in hospitalizations.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
And right now, the search and rescue efforts continue for those missing sailors. They were on board a Navy helicopter that crashed about 60 miles off the coast of San Diego yesterday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is joining us live from Naval Air Station North Island with what we know so far. Mimi.
Hi, Lindsay and Steve. Yeah, more than 24 hours later, and the 5 crew members are still missing tonight. We did get an update from the Navy not too long ago, about 45 minutes ago or so, and they say at this point they are still searching.
Sailors still missing. The U.S. Navy and Coast Guard working together on search and rescue efforts after an MH-60S aircraft crashed into the sea while conducting flight operations from the USS Abraham Lincoln Tuesday. This was just about 60 miles off the coast of San Diego. The Navy says the aircraft is from Helicopter Sea Combat Squadron 8, better known as HSC-8. This is file video of one of HSC-8's aircraft, which is based out of Naval Air Station North Island. One crew member was rescued and is stable, but 5 others are still missing. Former Navy pilot Jim Kidrick says finding the one sailor so quickly helps narrow down the search location.
Certainly, it means that we were able to identify the location and pick someone up right away.
The Navy says the helicopter was operating on the deck before crashing into the sea. 5 additional sailors on the ship were injured, but are stable. Kidrick says while there are many possibilities as to what could have caused this crash to happen, and it is too early to speculate, one thing is for certain: a thorough investigation is happening.
No one wants to know more about what caused this than the Navy itself, because one of our sincerest goals is to not have it occur again, especially if it's something we can fix or identify.
And the Navy says all of the affected family members have been notified. As soon as we get another update, hopefully tonight, we'll bring that to you. For now, we're live at NAS North Island. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Mimi, thank you. Experts say the helicopter that crashed at sea is known to have a proven safety record operated by extremely well-trained flight crews. Former Navy helicopter pilot Ross Davis, who is now the Education Resources Coordinator at the San Diego Air and Space Museum, says since its entry into the service in 2002, the MH-60s have a proven safety record as a multi-mission aircraft. He adds that each crew member has intensive tactical training when entering the fleet. He's holding out hope that those missing will be found.
Before they get there, there's survival training as well. So provided the aircraft went down in a smooth enough manner, we're still holding hope of survivors because they know how to get out of the helicopter. They know how to survive once they're in the water.
Davis says at this point he cannot speculate as to what may have happened during that routine flight operation. And we are also getting reaction to the crash from California Congressman Jimmy Panetta. He is a retired decorated Marine who said that he is praying for the missing crew members. He also said in part, on Sunday, I flew to the Lincoln and stayed the night on the ship as it was off the coast of Mexico conducting exercises. It was another amazing opportunity for me to meet and talk with and, of course, thank the men and women in uniform who are serving and so committed to the mission of their career, that carrier as well, its Air Wing and our Navy. You can stay on top of any new developments on this crash by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
The CDC is advising anyone unvaccinated not to travel this Labor Day weekend. This comes during a surge of new COVID-19 cases. ABC 10 News reporter Nia Watson spoke with local healthcare leaders about their concerns that the holiday could put an even bigger strain on hospitals.
Like every other holiday, doctors say they expect to see a spike in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations to follow, but they tell me it's the Delta variant that makes the trend even more concerning this year.
There's essentially no holiday in which we have not seen a surge in cases.
San Diego County hospitals are backing the CDC's advisory for those unvaccinated to avoid traveling over Labor Day weekend.
It's really important that we learn the lessons from before. Why do we have to keep repeating history in a negative way?
The recommendation comes as travel experts expect many to hit the road for the holiday. San Diego's tourism authority says hotels are reporting bookings in the 80% range for this weekend. But Dr. Abby Olulade with Sharp Healthcare says this year's Labor Day is even more concerning than last year due to the Delta variant.
The Delta variant is not only the most contagious coronavirus variant that we know of, it's one of the most contagious respiratory viruses that most people will ever come into contact with.
The spike in COVID hospitalizations, coupled with staffing shortages, has caused Scripps Health to postpone some of its medical procedures. As of today, 174 of its patients are hospitalized with the virus, a majority being unvaccinated. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Ghazala Sharif says that number is higher than Labor Day in 2020 and even Thanksgiving.
We're already at our capacity for heart-lung bypass machine. Know what's going to happen in a couple weeks.
As for people who are fully vaccinated, doctors still encourage you to be careful and wear a mask. Although less likely, it is still possible to become infected and spread the virus. In Kearney Mesa, Nia Watson, ABC 10 News.
Healthcare leaders are also warning people who are unvaccinated, or rather who are vaccinated, to be careful this holiday weekend and wear a mask. Now to the latest COVID numbers. The county reporting 949 new infections tonight. The big news here is 20 new deaths are also being reported.
A new rental assistance program for landlords is now available through the county, but some people are hesitant to apply. That program offers financial assistance for small landlords operating less than 5 rental units. But Herminia Ramirez, who manages programs for outreach and migrant health for Vista Community Clinic, says people are not rushing to apply.
There's a lot of questions and unknowns for community members that it's hard for them to trust in this type of assistance, and particularly with the population that we serve and we focus on in my program.
Ramirez says that her organization and others are trying to help people through this process. Those eligible, they must be a San Diego resident and have properties in the county. If you want to apply for assistance, we have the information on our website under the resource tab.
Students at the University of San Diego began their fall semester today. About 8,000 students returned to campus today. The campus community is required to be vaccinated. Those who were granted exemptions must undergo regular COVID testing. The university says 88% of students and 91% of all employees have gotten their shot. Face coverings are also required to be worn indoors.
A brewery in Chula Vista appears to be getting a new parklet space after the city had ordered to take it down. Timothy Parker, owner of the Chula Vista Brewery, says the city sent him several notices to dismantle his parklet because it was built in an area that wasn't allowed. But Parker filed a claim saying that he was being treated differently than other businesses in the area. The city says it met with Parker and agreed to allow him to have a temporary encroachment on the sidewalk to replace his parklet seating. They say it will allow him that time he needs to submit for a permanent sidewalk permit. Parker says it will create up to 30 extra seats for his customers.
So what we plan on doing and moving forward is just going to be an awesome addition to the brewery, and I have to thank everybody involved for helping me do this.
And the city says businesses can only put up those parklets where there are parking spaces, but there were none in front of his brewery. They are allowing him to use that new space to run his business.
Now to the latest on the recall, which is less than 2 weeks away. Today, Larry Elder spoke to reporters saying he is not against COVID vaccines, but if governor, he will not implement a vaccine mandate. He also criticized Governor Newsom over his handling of the pandemic.
And the other reason I'm running is because of the way Gavin Newsom arrogantly shut down this state to the point where 1/3 of all small businesses are now gone forever. And many of those small businesses were owned by Black and brown people, the people that the left prides itself on caring about. And of course, his own winery was exempted from the very mandates that he put down the throats of Californians. He was sitting up there at the French Laundry restaurant with the very people that passed those mandates, that wrote those mandates, while they were not wearing masks.
Elder is considered the front runner in a field of 46 replacement candidates. A Union Tribune ABC 10 poll released yesterday shows Elder with a more than 20-point lead over the next candidate, San Diego businessman John Cox.
Today, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin gave the final total of evacuations coming out of Afghanistan. He says that 6,000 Americans were taken out of the country. That's along with more than 124,000 Afghan civilians.
We have concluded our historic evacuation operation and ended the last mission of the U.S. war in Afghanistan. America's longest war has come to a close.
About 14,000 Afghan evacuees are currently at an American air base in Germany where they will be processed. As for the Afghans who applied for an Afghan special immigrant visa, a State Department official says that most of them were likely left behind. Immigrant advocates say that some new Afghan refugees are facing more trauma once they reach San Diego. Volunteers from the Helping El Cajon Refugees Facebook page helped furnish and set up an apartment for a family of 7 new arrivals after escaping Kabul. Lead organizer Jill Galante says that amid the local housing shortage, her group has helped 6 other new arrivals, but she says some are now dealing with the threat of eviction.
Plea here is for property managers to reach out, for property managers to be able to give these refugee families a chance. And if we can't even get these families housed, I certainly don't know what the fate of these thousands of families that are going to be coming to San Diego.
She is calling for rental criteria like income requirements to be relaxed. That will help El Cajon Refugees is matching homeowners willing to host a family. And there is a link on our homepage at 10news.com.